this is it. This is Wrestlemania weekend. Welcome to That Wrestling Show, the podcast where all pro wrestling matters, and literally this week it all matters. Because we've got Wrestlemania. We've got Wrestlemania. And that's it. We've got nothing else.
Oh, I think you forgot WrestleMania.
I think you're right, Fro. So,
Yeah, you forgot to say WrestleMania. Hi, I'm Fro. I'm that guy that isn't American.
This week, we are going to preview WrestleMania.
Really?
The event that is too big for one night.
Yeah.
Plus,
with absolutely no matches.
Plus, we are going to give you our list of the 5 worst WrestleMania matches of all time.
Yeah.
Plus, Fro's going to play a game.
Ooh, I am.
And if he wins this game, which we'll get to a little later on, he gets to go first in the list of the 5 worst WrestleMania matches.
Nice. And we are also going to talk about the Masked Singer.
Yes, we are, because I didn't know that it was 2 hours this week.
No, me neither. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm like, oh crap, you mean I'm going to have to miss some of AEW to get to... Yeah, it was like that, folks. It was like that. But, got a lot to... We actually have news to discuss, believe it or not.
Wow.
Because I think last week there really wasn't that much news, but
no,
this week we've got news to talk about. And we're going to start with AEW. Because this week they announced that they are coming with a brand new championship belt. They are coming out with a new title. It is the TNT title, which is, I think it's going to be like their version of the TV title, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember the old TNT title.
The TNT title. Yeah, remember when Wile E. Coyote was champion?
Mm-hmm.
Those legendary title defenses.
And Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Those were
Daffy Duck.
5-star matches.
Mm-hmm.
They were unbelievable.
But yeah, no, I wondered, in all seriousness, how they got the right to call it the TNT.
Well,
champion.
I think the only idea that I could come up with is that they're on TNT, and instead of calling it the TV title, call it the TNT title. So, and what's weird about this is that the finals of the tournament won't be airing on TNT. It will be at their next pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. That is to say, if there is a Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that depends if it's going to be. Yeah.
So, I have the brackets in front of me, and...
What the fuck is that noise?
Oh, it's the TV upstairs.
Oh, I was like, pling, pling, pling. Okay, sorry.
So anyway, here are the first round matches. Cody will take on Shawn Spears.
Okay, and win.
Darby Allin will face Sammy Guevara.
And lose.
Dustin Rhodes against Kip Sabian.
Win.
And Lance Archer against Colt Cabana.
Oh, win.
So the brackets will go, the winner of Cody Spears will face the winner of Darby and Sammy in the semifinals. And the winner of Dustin Sabian will face the winner of Archer Cabana.
Right.
And then the finals will take place, allegedly, at Double or Nothing.
When is allegedly that going to happen?
May 23rd.
No. Calling it now. Cancelled.
All right. I'm holding you
Mm-hmm.
to it. I'm looking, like, when I saw this, I thought to myself, Archer will definitely be in the finals. It's just a matter of, is it going to be against Cody or is it going to be against Darby? That's
Cody, I think.
I don't know. They're really high on Darby Allin. I think. I don't know.
I think. Yeah, it depends who they want to push. I think all over. It would be interesting having Darby in the final, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. The tournament begins next week, and now and this is very important to note. These episodes of Dynamite have been taped already.
Mm-hmm.
They are not live. From what I read, they've recorded episodes all the way up till mid-May. So, when we're still dealing with this in 4 weeks, we'll at least have AEW to back us up.
Yeah, because it's so hard to watch Raw.
Yeah, it is. Speaking.
I have to say it again. Like this feels like the TNA age of wrestling right now. It's like there's nothing good on TV anymore. I know I sound like an old complainer, but yeah, but I mean, to a certain point, NXT is interesting.
Yeah.
I have a very very big fucking complaint about one of the matches in WrestleMania. But I find the more time is going without people there, it reminds me more and more of a soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not that interested in a soap opera.
But wasn't it you who said to your girlfriend that this is soap opera for men?
It is soap opera for men.
Just wanted to point that out.
It is.
But
I agree to that.
Right.
I definitely do.
But
yeah.
The next 2 weeks for Wednesday television, very, very good looking.
Mm-hmm.
NXT has this coming week the women's ladder match for the number 1 contendership to the NXT women's title. And Gargano and Ciampa the finale.
Mm-hmm.
AEW this coming week has the beginning of the TNT title tournament, and then the following week they have Moxley and Hager for the world title in an empty arena match.
Mm-hmm.
So the next 2 weeks on Wednesdays are gonna be must-see TV.
Mm-hmm.
So not everything's too bad. I'm actually glad you mentioned Raw because yesterday the state of Florida announced, or the governor did, that they are under a stay-at-home right now, which has thrown a big curveball to WWE because they had filmed everything up until this Raw coming Monday, because they'd already done it. They were supposed to have next week's SmackDown there at the Performance Center, and there would have been a chance it would have been live. Now that this has come up, what in the world is WWE going to do now? Because the thing that I read is there's 2 train of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
The first thought is, well, they're not doing anything. They're just going to have to do like a best of kind of show for 2 hours.
I think it will be a WrestleMania recap.
That's what I'm thinking. It could be that. Or, and I did look a little bit into this. because this happened with AEW. So this is going to coincide
Mm-hmm.
with everything. Police attempted to stop the AEW TV tapings.
Mm-hmm.
However, they showed the police in Georgia that they had a permit. They had, because there's a weird thing where it's like, because right now it's like you can't have any more than 10 people or less.
Mm-hmm.
The exception to this is the news, which makes
Mm-hmm.
absolute sense because it's the news, and anybody else. So AEW has a permit that says we can do this recording while this is going on. I wonder if WWE has that same permit.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they don't, that is a big plus for AEW.
I agree.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Because once we get through WrestleMania and the Monday after, those 3 days in between are going to be very interesting to keep an eye on.
I'm telling all people, go to the Patreon now, because this is going to be 2 interesting days,
Yes.
and we're going to have 2 very interesting days to talk about on the Patreon.
Gosh, yes. These will be the 2 most interesting reviews I think we will ever do.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
I agree.
Patreon.com/thatwrestlingshow. You can join us for as little as $1 a month.
Mm-hmm. And you get to be a member of what?
The Founders Club.
What?
And if you get to be a member of the Founders Club, you get to pick anything for us to review on the WWE Network.
Mm-hmm.
And when we mean anything, we mean
anything.
Anything. Exactly.
Anything.
Last week we talked about Teddy Hart and how he got arrested again for attacking his girlfriend, Ring of Honor wrestler Maria Manic. He was supposed to have had his court date earlier in the week. It is now pushed back to June the 10th. But this is where it gets weird. Because I actually saw the video of the guy confronting Teddy Hart. There's a lot of cursing in the video. Let me say that. Teddy Hart looks weak. He looks like a whiny bitch in the video. He's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Maria puts a video up on YouTube earlier this week. It's a 16-minute video. I could not get through the video.
Aww.
Why? Because Maria in no way convinces me to support Teddy Hart. She does not want to file charges against him. Because she was saying, and these are her words, that they were practicing wrestling moves. Okay, I'll buy into that to a degree. But there are times where Teddy doesn't know when to stop. Excuse me? Yeah, you gotta know when to stop at some point.
You got to know how to hold them.
Yeah, really.
Yes, when to fold them.
Maria Manic, I wanted to support her in this. I wanted to be like, yeah, Teddy deserves to go to jail. She came off as the most unsympathetic person I have seen in a long time.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, I just don't buy into her. I don't buy into it. You know what she is? And I hate to categorize women like this. I really do. She's one of those women who are going to stand by their man even when they beat the shit out of you. And then
Right.
when you finally realize, oh, this person's bad for me, I need to leave him, it's too late.
Stand by your man.
I mean, I had to end a friendship with a female friend because of that.
Yeah.
Did it hurt? Yeah. But in the end, I feel better for it because I don't have to deal with the stress when she gets her ass beat by her boyfriend. So,
Yeah, some people just want to be in that kind of a relationship. But I have had my up and downs when it comes to women like that as well. I could tell you stories. I will not.
I just don't feel any sympathy for Maria Manning. I want to, but after watching the video, I don't. So
yeah, no.
So when this trial happens in June, because he is charged for strangulation, that is a Class 6 felony in Virginia. If he is found guilty, he is looking at 1 to 5 years in jail and a $2,500 fine. And he's going to be in court in 3 weeks for his charges of having possession of drugs from that arrest. So he's, Teddy's going to be in court for a while, folks. Going to be in court for a while. All Japan Pro Wrestling, we don't really ever talk about them, but I think we should mention them. They announced this week that they have canceled their Champion Carnival tournament due to the coronavirus outbreak. I know. That's pretty much the statement. It was supposed to have begun Monday, actually, and was going to go all the way to May the 5th. But they are going to make an attempt at some point to every possible effort to run the tournament this year, just not right now. So, and New Japan, they've canceled more shows in April, which makes a lot of sense. So, a lot going on there. But what's weird is not all these Japanese promotions have canceled shows. Some of them are running, without anybody in the arena. Pro Wrestling Noah had a show earlier this week with that kind of situation. The only one that has been running shows with audience in it has been Big Japan Pro Wrestling.
Right.
And they do death matches. So, coronavirus, death matches, fans, goes together perfectly.
Yeah.
So.
It is like my mom always said, stupid is and stupid does.
Yep. It really is.
Yeah. And if you don't know that movie reference, go and see Forrest Gump. It's a very good movie.
So, bro, I want to ask you a question.
No, I'm not looking forward to WrestleMania.
That's not the question.
Oh.
Let's say you were going to a WrestleMania. In general. Not this year, but in the future. And let's say you had some money to spend. What would be some merchandise that you would potentially buy?
I would definitely get a title. I'm not sure which one. But I would definitely get the title. I think maybe the Intercontinental Championship. I think I like that one.
Okay.
Then I would get definitely some Undertaker merchandise.
Right.
Get some T-shirt and things like that.
Okay.
An action figure, maybe.
If they have it.
Yeah. And definitely a signed picture or one or two. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. What about if you had the opportunity, and I mean if you had the real big money, if you had the opportunity to take home with you a commemorative WrestleMania chair, would you take it?
Oh, definitely.
Well, WWE is selling commemorative chairs to the people that would have had ringside tickets to this year's WrestleMania.
Oh. I guess that makes sense.
Now and I actually like the prices for this. Usually I'm a kind of guy that is like, oh, they got it wrong or it's a ripoff. Here I think they got it right. So, how much would you be willing to pay for just one chair, one commemorative chair?
$40.
How about $99?
$99?
$99.
No.
Okay. Well, that's how much they're selling for one chair. Now.
That's honest. I wouldn't pay no $99 now.
How much would you pay for a set of 4 chairs?
So one chair is $99. So it's going to be less than $400. I'm not stupid. Let's say $300?
Ding, ding, ding. Very good.
Oh, good.
A set of 4 will cost you, if you had those ringside ticket seats, $400 for a set of 4.
I would be willing to pay that, actually.
I would too.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd be willing to pay if I was to give 4 chairs for $300. That's not a deal.
That's not a bad deal at all. I would rather do that than one chair for $99, to be honest.
Right. Normally, I'm one of those because I get it from my dad. I'm like, ooh, that's too much. I don't for that. I'd get it, honestly.
Oh yeah, for $300, yeah, for 4.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't. I would probably keep one and sell the 3 others. That's probably what I would do.
How much would you sell each chair individually?
100.
Okay. Get the 300 back. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
I would imagine.
Don't you think that's fair?
That's a fair deal. That's a fair deal.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I'd imagine once people get it, some will sell it on eBay for a ridiculous price.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
No. Like one of my sisters got on me yesterday because I got something from eBay. I'm gonna tell everyone. I don't care if people laugh at me about this. I got a stuffed baby beaker from Muppet Babies.
Oh, cool.
For $30.
That's nothing.
No, it's not. I'm like, the guy was originally wanting $60. I got it for half the price, and it looked cute. I'm not saying.
I love the Muppets.
Oh, I know, and I love the original Muppet Babies. I watch that show every freaking day. The sad part is, the original will never go out on DVD because they have so much copyright. But you know what? They're owned by Disney. Disney, you have the money. Pay for the copyrights. Come on.
I know.
I want all the scenes with the Muppet Babies.
Put it on Disney Plus.
Well, the new version of Muppet Babies is on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but I don't want the animated one.
Oh well. That was your weekly Muppet Talk, brought to you by That Wrestling Show. Join
Where
us.
all wrestling matters.
Yes. All right, let's get away for a moment from wrestling and talk about The Masked Singer, because we had a 2-hour episode which had all three groups brought back together. It sort of made it feel like the Olympics in a way of masked singers, because we had Group A with their flag.
And I have to say, it was so funny with the Snoop Dogg thing.
Oh my gosh, it really was. Oh, that was it really was.
They tricked them.
We got Snoop Dogg here, and it indicated like April Fools. Like that was an actual good April Fool's joke.
Yep.
All right, so how they did this week's episode is, before Fro gets into each group and what they sang, we did Group A, Group B, Group C. The competitor who had the least amount of votes would be put into the bottom three at the end of the night. And then the panel made the final decision on who to eliminate from the competition. So, Fro, why don't you tell everyone about Group A?
Group A sang Turtle Higher Love by Stevie Winwood. Sorry. Kangaroo sang Not Ready to Make Nice by the Dixie Chicks. White Tiger sang, if we can call it that. I'm too sexy for her. I'm too sexy for her.
That was the most disturbing performance I've seen in a long time.
It was really bad.
More disturbing than that one time on a school bus where two high schoolers were singing Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy on the bus. And they were both guys. That was very disturbing.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. So, out of those three, White Tiger was at risk.
Yes.
Then
that was the right call.
It was very much the right call. Then it was Kitty sang It's All Coming Back to Me Now by Celine Dion. Banana sang Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner. Frog sang Jump by Criss Cross. And by them, it was Banana that was at risk.
I'm gonna say something controversial here. I think the wrong person went in the bottom three on this group.
I agree. I think the Frog should.
As much as I love Jump, I love that song by Criss Cross. I grew up on that song.
Yeah, me too.
I think the Banana, Bret Michaels, had a better performance than Frog.
I totally agree.
Because it goes back to what I said last week.
Bow Jow.
Because it goes back to what I said last week, where you pick a song and you do an kind of performance, it could get you in trouble someday. So.
Yeah. Then we had Night Angel Rise Up by Andrea Day. Rhino with What a Man Gotta Do by the Jonas Brothers. Astronaut with Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Ashley. And it was the Rhino that was at risk. I felt that was the right thing.
That was the hardest one.
But out of those three, I think Rhino did the worst.
Yeah, I guess, but all three are so good.
Yeah,
they really are.
I agree. Yeah, so then we go to what the
bottom three
judges.
Yeah, the
judges
says the final decision.
So it was between White Tiger, Banana, and Rhino. And no surprise at fucking all,
really?
It was White Tiger time to go.
Like, really?
And
Banana or the Rhino? Come on now.
Right, yeah. And to anybody's non-surprise, it was Rob Grogonski.
You could see that a mile away.
Yup.
Oh my gosh. And I will say this. As a performer, Rob Gronkowski is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. As a singer, no.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he knew that too. It's like, yeah, I'm not the best singer in the world, but who cares, you know?
Right.
But you know what? I didn't think he deserved to be in the top 9, but in a way, he
Me
was
neither.
entertaining, you know, in his
Yeah.
own way.
Yeah.
So we are down to the top 8. And
Mm-hmm.
next week we will have the SmackDown, and we will have a guest judge with us. It'll be Sharon.
Not a fake one.
No, not a fake one. This is a real one. It's Sharon Osbourne. Oh,
Yeah.
hello, hello. I'm so glad to be here. I want to ruin Ozzy's life, because you know I can do that.
So, who goes out next week? I think it's Bow Wow
Ooh.
that will go out. I think it's Frog's time to go.
I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be Rhino.
Okay.
I like Rhino, but I don't think he's going to last too much longer.
Okay.
But after this week, I am 1,000,000% positive the banana is Bret Michaels. You could tell in that first note of Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, you could.
The others, I have no idea.
Well, I know some of them, but
Right.
like Turtle, I'm pretty confident on the same on Astronaut and things like that. But yeah, I mean, Rhino is maybe the hardest for me, and I have to admit that I didn't know who this is, and people think it is Barry Zito.
Yeah,
I have no clue who that is.
Former major league pitcher. He pitched mainly for the Oakland Athletics.
It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. He has but it's very clearly that he is not a professional singer. So I think it probably will be him or Bow Wow, because Bow Wow has the thing with Bow Wow or Frog is that he has to sing hip hop songs every freaking time.
True.
And it's getting and he can't really do anything else because he's Bow Wow. So I think it's going to be a little stale, and I think maybe people will get fed up with that. Mm-hmm. So I actually think it will be Frog or Bow Wow, or as you said, Rhino, because other than that, it will be very hard to get rid of people now.
It is. All right, so we'll be back next week with another Thoughts on Masked Singer. And see who goes home. Did you get a chance to watch this week's Dark Side of the Ring?
No.
You missed a good episode, because this was about New Jack. And when I first heard they were doing it, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I'm going to have such negative thoughts about this and about the guy. But after watching it, I'm like, you know what? I sort of understand where he's coming from with his life. Because, like, I learned stuff about New Jack. Like, I didn't know that his parents hated each other. His dad stabbed his mom 5 times when he was a young kid. And then when she was going to take the kids, go somewhere else, his dad shot her in the leg a few times. Which is very, like, holy shit, to go through that. And then, and I actually recommend watching this if you haven't seen it yet. They talked about the mass transit incident, which I didn't really know about till I was much older. And I'll admit it again, I didn't watch ECW until like 99, So I'm not one of those,
Right.
oh, yeah, I will, you know, I'm not that. I blame the kid more than I do New Jack for that whole situation. You lied about your age. You should have known what you were getting into. Because really, because of that incident, it originally cost ECW their pay-per-view, their very first pay-per-view. But they managed to get it back. But man, New Jack's been through a lot of shit in his life. I recommend everyone watch that. And in a way, there was a bit of sympathy from New Jack, because I'm like, I sort of understand where he comes from now. You know? Do I agree with some of his actions? More than likely not, but, you know, he's had a messed up life. And I remember, and I'll never forget this, in Beyond the Mat, the documentary, which is on Netflix, actually, if you guys want to watch it, the director does a part about New Jack, and he brings New Jack over to do a reading to maybe get a movie role for him. I'll never forget this, bro. One of the people, after he's done reading, he's like, oh, yeah, he was good. I could see him being one of Denzel's friends. I'm like, oh, good stereotype there. But yeah, check it out. The Life and Crimes of New Jack is the name of the episode. Check it out. It is definitely worth watching. It really is.
Okay. Yeah, I know nothing about the guy, so.
Well, be prepared, bro. Be prepared.
Absolutely nothing.
I almost forgot. The best line of the episode, and maybe one of the greatest lines I've ever heard in my life, came from D'Lo Brown during that special, but the episode. Because New Jack was in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and he got a lot of heat. D'Lo Brown has one of the greatest lines I've ever heard in my life, bro. I laughed. And he's like, you know, New Jack was getting so much heat. If Hitler came through the curtain, he would be cheered by the fans.
Wow.
That's how much heat New Jack had in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Oh, my goodness. All right, we got good news to talk about. Do you remember when AEW was starting to get around and, you know, they were getting talent, and they signed a female competitor named Kylie Ray?
I've heard of her. Yeah.
She had to leave the company because of personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she has found a new home, and it is Impact Wrestling.
It is.
And
I am so happy.
A long-term deal. She's going to
Yep.
fit very well in the Knockouts division.
Yep.
Very good competitors. Their champion, Jordan Grace, is a fantastic wrestler. And if you follow her on Instagram, she is so freaking cute. I would... Jonathan Gresham, you are a lucky man to be engaged to her, mister.
Mm-hmm.
Very lucky man. But no, I'm glad for Kylie Ray. I think she would have worked out in AEW, but she had life, situations to take care of. So I totally understand. But I'm glad she's getting another chance on a major wrestling promotion. And Impact Wrestling, like we have said, has been making the turnaround as of late. So I think it's a good fit for her.
I agree.
So hopefully we'll get to see more Kylie Ray matches in Impact in the very near future.
I would be very, very happy.
Okay, Fro. I know there are going to be people who, over this weekend, are not going to watch WrestleMania.
Right.
And it's a common, it's pretty true, I think. So,
yeah.
I'm sure they're wondering, okay, well, what in the world am I going to watch? I don't want to watch WrestleMania, but I want to watch wrestling. Well, Independent Wrestling TV, which is a great streaming service for those who have not heard of it, and I really don't know too many that don't have heard of it. They are going to have this Sunday, starting at 5:30 a.m., an all-day marathon of wrestling events that they're going to stream live from their archives. And they're going to have some very good shows on here. And I have the schedule in front of me. So at 5:30 a.m., if you're willing to wake up that early, they're going to have IWTV's Family Reunion, which took place last year. At 8 a.m., they will play Game Changer Wrestling's Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. At 10, they're going to play AIW's Slumber Party Massacre. I wonder if there really was a massacre at that slumber party. 12:15, Journey into the Junkyard. That's going to be a short. At 12:30, a premiere never before seen, Zona 23, La Guerra Comienza. At 3 o'clock, and this is the one I recommend everyone check out, IWA Mid-South, We're No Joke. This is from 2006. And the talent that is on that show, Fro, is amazing. They have, are you ready for, this is who was on this show. Ricochet. Tyler Black, before he became Seth Rollins. Chuck Taylor. Kevin Steen. Spike Dudley. Eddie Kingston. And then your double main event. The Necro Butcher versus Low Key. And Chris Hero versus Milano Collection AT. It is a fantastic show. I have seen the show. It is great. It really is great. I recommend you watch that show in particular. At 6:45 is episode 21 of Locker Room Detectives. And they wrap it up at 7 p.m. with Beyond Wrestling's American Rana 2019. And if you're not a subscriber, you can start your free trial today. IndependentWrestling.tv. You have two subscription options. You can do the monthly pay, which is $10 a month, or you can do what I do, the yearly subscription, which is only $100. They have some really good content on there. Now, to Ring of Honor. And this is big news, because I wanted to mention this, Fro, because you know how big of a Ring of Honor fan I am. They have a streaming service as well called Honor Club. And they've got a lot of stuff on there, but they don't have everything on there. That is until now, because this is their first wave of upgrades to the Honor Club. So, this is what they're going to offer you. Starting at $9.99 a month, every Ring of Honor pay-per-view is included with all subscriptions. So that means when they do their anniversary shows, Best in the World, Final Battle, you will get to see the pay-per-view on Honor Club as it happens. When it returns to presenting live events, all Honor Club members can watch every single show live as it happens. In addition, all past pay-per-view events are now available for all members. They are also working on their archives, and a number of Ring of Honor events from 2010 are now available, and content will continue to be added over the next couple months. And I think this last one's pretty cool. Match menus. Let's say, Fro, you want to watch a Ring of Honor show, okay? And there's one match that you want to watch more than going through the entire card to get to the match. Well, with the match menu, you click on the show, and you click on a little icon, and you find your match, and you go and you click on the match that you want to watch.
Smart.
As of right now, that is available for the 2020 Ring of Honor events and will be available for all shows going back to 2016 in the coming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So that is phase 1 of the upgrade to the Honor Club. So, and that's a really good streaming service as well. So I would recommend that. All right, Fro, we're gonna play a game.
I'm ready.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Yes, those wonderful people. We love talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
Their recent magazine, their recent issue, they did a special Decade Award.
Okay.
So, Fro, this is what we're going to do. I will give you the top 4 choices.
Ooh.
You have to name the winner.
Okay.
If you get the magic number, if you hit the magic number, you will get to go first when we do our list in just a little bit of the 5 worst WrestleMania matches of all time.
What is the magic number?
The magic number is 3.
Okay.
I don't think you can get more than 3 right.
Okay.
And of course, these were chosen by the wrestling fans who are subscribed to Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. So, let's begin with our first category. It is the Inspirational Wrestler of the Decade.
Ooh.
All right. These were your top 4. You have to name me the winner. Was it Roman Reigns, Cody, Daniel Bryan, or John Cena?
Bryan.
With 34% of the votes, it is Daniel Bryan.
Oh, good.
So you got the first one right. John Cena had 13%, Roman Reigns 12%, Cody 7%.
Yeah, I was thinking Cody is too new, Cena is too buried. It could be Roman Reigns. Let's hope not. Let's go for Bryan.
Yeah.
That was my thinking.
All right. Next category. Oh, and by the way, you have number 1, so you're off to a good start. Most popular wrestler of the decade.
Ooh.
This is a toughie.
Yeah.
CM Punk, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles.
One more time, please.
Okay. CM Punk,
Yeah.
John Cena, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles.
So it's between Bryan and CM Punk, I think. I'm going to go with CM Punk just for the shit and giggles of it.
All right. The winner of the category with 20% of the votes, John Cena.
Oh.
He barely finished ahead of Daniel Bryan, who also received 20% of the votes. But I think Cena just had a few more votes than Daniel did. AJ Styles and CM Punk both had 10%.
Okay.
Next category, the most hated wrestler of the decade.
I have my answer.
Do you just want to say it?
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, it's Brock Lesnar. 44% of the votes were for Brock Lesnar. Let me tell you the other 3, since you got this one right. The Authority was number 2 with 13%. Roman Reigns was 3rd with 8%. And Chris Jericho was 4th with 6%.
Jericho? Really?
So you're 2 for 3 right now, and you're 1 away from winning this challenge.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. This next one's going to be real hard, though.
Okay.
The feud of the decade.
Oh,
And these are some good feuds we've got here.
I think before you say it, I will go with The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
Not on the list.
That's my personal pick.
That's your personal. Okay. Right.
Would you agree to that? That's a good feud.
No. I mean, for the decade, no. All time, yeah, I'd put it maybe top 20.
Oh yeah, decade. Yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
decade.
Yeah, of all time.
Yeah, this isn't the end of the world issue of Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was thinking a little too long.
Yeah, that's a few thousand years away. Anyway, here are your choices. CM Punk versus John Cena. Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks.
No.
Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega.
No.
Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn.
Ooh. So it's either the first or the last. I think I will go with the first.
Punk versus Cena.
Yeah.
Your winner, with 18% of the votes, Okada versus Omega.
Really? Okay.
I think they made the right call. The fans made the right call on that one. That's just my opinion. Flair and Banks was second, 13%. Punk and Cena was 12%. Owens and Zayn, 10%.
Wow.
But you're still on the magic number 2. Now.
How many are left?
How many do you have left? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So you have 4 chances to get one more right.
Okay.
Next category. This is, I think, is the most controversial selection of the winner.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it right now, I don't agree with it. Match of the decade.
I think that's decade is the last 10 years, right?
Yeah, 10 years.
So I will go Triple H against Daniel Bryan.
That's your personal opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Was it?
What about you?
Mine is actually on this list.
Okay.
I'll reveal mine when we're done with this part. So here are your choices. Is it Okada versus Omega from Wrestle Kingdom 11?
Oh, that's a good match.
CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank? Omega versus Okada, the 2 out of 3 falls match? Or Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 26?
Okay, so that's your pick.
No, actually it's not.
Oh, it isn't? Okay, because
this is
I'm going to
26.
pick. Oh, 26.
Yeah,
well, I'm going
25.
to pick that.
That's 25 is the one I love.
Right. I'm going to pick 26 though.
That is your choice for the match of the decade.
Yeah.
The winner with 17% of the votes, and I can't believe that it won it, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 26.
I think that's better. I'm going to be very controversial and say that's a better match.
I disagree with you on that. The 2 Okada Omega matches each got 9% of the votes. And Punk versus Cena, which is my choice for the match of the decade, got 8% of the votes.
So I won the quiz.
You won the quiz, but for fun, we're gonna do the last 3. Because maybe I underestimated you.
Maybe.
Maybe. Next category, Woman of the Decade.
Ooh, Charlotte Flair.
Do you want to hear the choices, or is that your 100% guess?
That's my 100% guess if she's on the list.
She is on the list.
Okay. And that's my pick then.
she is the winner with 33% of the votes.
Yeah, I send my thank you to Luke.
Always bet on a player.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll read the other choices to you. Second was Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
At 14%. AJ Lee had 9%.
Okay.
And Gail Kim had 9%.
Yeah, no. She's a little too unknown. It's not her fault.
All right, so you have surpassed my total at this point.
Yeah.
But we have 2 more to go.
Mm-hmm.
Tag Team of the Decade.
The Young Bucks.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
The winner, with 26% of the votes,
Mm-hmm.
The New Day.
Boo.
The Young Bucks were second with 17%, the Briscoes third with 13%, and the Shield fourth with 10%.
Yeah, that's just wrong. The New Day is not better than the Young Bucks.
All right, and the final category,
Mm-hmm.
Wrestler of the Decade. Would you like the choices?
Okay.
Is it John Cena,
Mm.
Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles, or Kazuchika Okada?
I'm going to go controversial and say Okada.
The winner and Wrestler of the Decade, with 29% of the votes, AJ Styles.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar and John Cena each had 14%. Okada had 10%.
Wow. Okay.
So congratulations to AJ Styles being named the Wrestler of the Decade, and congratulations to Fro, who overperformed my guess on how many. I actually want to recommend real quick, and maybe we'll talk about it on next week's episode. There's a very good article in the magazine of the top 25 wrestlers under the age of 25. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. Maybe, maybe not. So, since Fro won the contest, he will get to go first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth on our top 5, or I guess we could call this bottom 5, worst WrestleMania matches of all time. And the only rule is, there is no rule. We may have controversial selections. We may have some that we agree on.
My number 1 is definitely controversial.
Oh, dude,
okay, yes.
Like I said next week or last week, there's no way you would ever get my number 1. There's no way. So
you neither.
So, Fro, you will start with your number 5, your 5th worst WrestleMania match ever.
It is Tori Wilson versus Candice Michelle in a Playboy pillow fight from WrestleMania 22.
Wow. I honestly forgot about that match.
It is amazingly bad.
You know
Yeah.
what? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, come on.
No, I was going to say, you know why I think I forgot about that match? Is because it's sandwiched in between the triple threat match where Ray wins the world title and the Triple H John Cena match. Because you have 2 good title matches to end WrestleMania, and that one is stuck in the middle. Wow, I completely forgot about that. I may have to watch that to see how bad it is.
Playboy pillow fight. Yeah, a pillow fight has no business being in the biggest show of the year.
No.
It's and the only reason why it's not higher is because Tori and Candice are hot. So
Yeah, they both are. Actually, I don't know if you know this, but Candice is actually kind of a nerd in a good way. Like she's into geek stuff, so Candice will always get points from me. Tori does too, because she seems like a genuinely nice person. But all right, now I have to say, Fro, and this was just for me, for the sake of me. My top 5, my only rule for myself was no wrestler could appear more than once on this list for me, which sort of made it a little bit easier. My number 5 worst.
I'm like, do I have 2 wrestlers? Do I have a wrestler that's in more than one match? I don't think I have.
If you do, it's okay. I'm just saying for myself, you know. Okay. My number 5 worst WrestleMania match of all time. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 20.
I wonder if we're going to talk about this match again on somebody else's list.
I saw this match live on pay-per-view when it happened. The build-up was good.
The build-up was amazing.
It is. It really is. And then when you get the news that Brock's leaving, because at this point Brock is like, screw this, I don't want to do it. And the fans know it, and they just piss on Brock Lesnar the whole match. It's like, oh God, yeah. They did make it up though at WrestleMania 33 with a better match. They did make it up.
Oh yeah.
But this one is an atrocious match. Goldberg could not save that match. Austin could not save that match. It was terrible. It was a terrible match.
It is terrible, and maybe it's on my list.
We'll have to wait and see. All right, number 4 for Fro.
We are going back in time. We're going to WrestleMania 7. Do you want to guess what match from WrestleMania 7 I have on my list?
Oh God, and I like WrestleMania 7 actually.
It is a very good WrestleMania, but there's one very awful match.
Is this a stipulation match? Is there a stipulation in the match?
Yes.
Is it the blindfold match?
It is the blindfold match.
I never got the hang of that match.
It is so awful. It's Jake Roberts versus Rick Martel. Yeah. This just does not work at all for me. It just doesn't. It's just terrible. Blindfold matches in WrestleMania makes absolutely no sense.
Maybe it's the kid in me that saw it live and was like, oh, this is a really cool match. I don't know. Yeah, no, but I understand where you're coming from. Okay, my number 4 is also a stipulation match. On paper, this should have been good, but for some reason, it wasn't. WrestleMania 15.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what it is?
I think so, yeah.
Tell me what you think it is.
Is it the not main event?
It is a not main event.
Is it the non-main event, I said? The match before the main event?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good.
Undertaker versus Big Boss Man, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
On paper, this match should have been great. I mean, not...
Boring hell.
I mean, not like great as the last Hell in a Cell match, but it just should have been great. The storyline was boring. Good. It is bad. I don't know why it didn't work. And, oh, by the way, the Big Boss Man got hung after the match.
Yeah.
Which I later found out years later that he wasn't actually hung. He had cables hooked to him to have the illusion that he was being hung. So, and that's the one thing. I'll tell you how bad it is, Fro. This is how bad it was. When WWE came out many years ago with a 3-disc set of Hell in a Cell matches,
Mm-hmm.
Guess what match is not on that set? Exactly.
You know, it is one of my least favorite Undertaker matches of all time.
And it's sad because Boss Man could work with anybody. Undertaker could
Yeah.
work with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It just did not click here. All right, number 3, Fro.
I don't know if you know this match, but it is from WrestleMania 20. It is Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. I don't know if you heard about that match.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, no, it has to be on every list that is about bad matches. It's just like, oh, I wanted it to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I so wanted it to be better, and it's just like freaking boring.
Because and I'll go back to when Jim and we talked about the 04 Rumble match.
Mm-hmm.
Lesnar gets involved, and my favorite line where Goldberg's like, "I'm gonna get you, you son of a bitch," and then JR's like, "Did you hear him? He said he's gonna get Brock Lesnar, that son of a bitch," and it's like repeated over and over again. But no, like we said, the build-up was fantastic. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't know what happened with that. All right, my number 3. This almost was my number 2. Almost. But it wasn't. Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 26.
Yeah.
This match is so bad for so many reasons. Number 1, it's a street fight. It's like no holds barred.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, the entire Hart family comes out to the ring.
Around the ring. It is so fucking cringe.
Number 3, Vince buys Bruce Hart off to be the guest referee. Number 4, Bruce doesn't take the money. Number 5, Bret can't get hit in the head. Number 6, Vince can't do a damn offensive move. Oh my god, it was the worst. It was so bad. Oh, I don't think I've watched that match since it happened. That's how bad it is. It was like, okay, well, yeah, Bret's gotta win, but dear God, did it have to be this bad?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought Vince and we could have a good match out there, just as long as he didn't hit me in the head. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. All right, number 2.
I think this will surprise you very much that this is my number 2, but it is a squash match. Sorry, that's what's very hard to say. Okay. Squash match. And it is from WrestleMania.
Oh, the first one.
The original. The original. And it's King Kong Bundy versus SD Jones. I hate that match with a passion.
The acclaimed 9-second match, which actually was worth like 25 seconds.
It's just terrible. I hate squash matches and like the time this was given and things like that. It did not fit into WrestleMania at all.
I understand why they attempted this. To show
I do too. Yeah,
but
it didn't work though.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, jokingly, this is probably the reason why SD Jones is in the WWE Hall of Fame because of this match.
True.
But yet Bundy
as well.
No, Bundy's not in the Hall of Fame.
No.
Which is ridiculous. Okay. My number 2 is going to be controversial only because I'm sure people think this would have been number 1.
Okay.
Jerry the King Lawler versus Michael Cole, WrestleMania 27.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you stole my number 1.
Again, Stone Cold is the referee. I wonder why he's on this. But anyway, look, here's the thing. This is Jerry Lawler's first match at a WrestleMania. He finally gets a WrestleMania match.
It is so atrocious, this storyline.
Yeah.
And I remember this storyline going on and on and on and on with the machine and the authority angle. And the angle going up to this is one of the worst angles in history. It's the reason why it's my number one match of the worst.
Well,
so.
why don't we talk about it since I stole your number one?
Mm-hmm.
This should have been the end.
It should, yeah.
Lawler should have won the match, and it would have been over with. Instead, Lawler wins the match, and then it gets reversed by the anonymous Raw GM to a disqualification, and
it's so stupid.
Wins, and it goes on for another 2 months.
I don't understand the angle. I don't understand the match. I understand absolutely nothing about this, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I hate Michael Cole with a passion. I hate Michael Cole for this, and it's like because of this. This isn't like hate heat. I just hate him because he did this. It's just tremendously awful.
And the fact
sorry? Yeah.
I was going to say, the fact that we saw Michael Cole in a singlet is bad enough.
Yeah.
It's a bad enough
image. And the loud crowd reaction speaks for itself. Like, the chants demanding the match ends. And when Stone Cold stunned Booker T. So many awful things about this match.
And this should have been Jerry's moment. Plain and simple. This should have been his moment. His WrestleMania moment.
And who wanted this? Absolutely nobody wanted this. It's so atrocious.
I think it happened just to say Jerry finally got a WrestleMania match.
Right.
So since I've stolen your number one, which we have no idea what our list is going to be. My number one, like I said,
I'm going to guess.
Go ahead. You're never going to get this. You're never going to get it.
I'm going to guess because this was a contender in my top 5. I will guess Adrian Adonis versus Uncle Elmer.
You son of a bitch. That is my number one match. You son of a bitch. Okay. So
it was almost on my list.
Okay. Let me explain why this is number one on my list. And first off, no disrespect to Adrian Adonis. He is a very good
he's very good
for his size. It's just when you have two large men, I'm going to be politically correct on this one. Large men. Okay, it should work. But when one of them can barely walk towards the ring and cannot bend his legs or his body or anything, it is a god-awful match. Uncle Elmer, God bless his soul, I'm sure he was a nice guy. Have you ever seen Uncle Elmer attempt a leg drop?
No.
Okay. This is how I'm going to explain it. When Hulk Hogan does a leg drop, you have a 45-degree angle. You know, where he's able to bend his legs in like a sit-up position. Uncle Elmer's leg drop is just him jumping and going on his back. It is the worst WrestleMania match I have ever seen in my life, It is absolutely terrible. I feel bad for Adrian Adonis because he does get a better match the following year with Roddy Piper. But this is the worst WrestleMania match I have ever seen in my life.
How impressed are you that I got to guess that?
I was really, I didn't think you'd get it. I really didn't think you'd get it.
I have some honorable mentions.
Yeah, okay, I do want to hear this.
I have Chris Jericho versus Fandango of WrestleMania 29.
Okay.
I have John Cena versus The Rock, the last one.
I sense a theme here.
I have Bobby Roode versus Rusev versus Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Okay.
One of the worst endings.
Yeah. And it happened on Rusev Day.
It did.
All days to happen on.
I have the Ultimate Warrior versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Okay.
And a very much honorable mention to Booker T and Sharmell versus the Boogeyman.
Oh, I like the Boogeyman too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have a few dishonorable mentions. Hillbilly Jim, Little Beaver, and the Haiti Kid against King Kong Bundy, Lord Littlebrook, and Little Tokyo, WrestleMania 3. S.D. Jones and King Kong Bundy from the first WrestleMania, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Red Rooster versus Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh,
it was a filler match. It really was a filler match. Chavo Guerrero versus Kane, WrestleMania 24. And just for shits and giggles, The Big Show versus Akibono was a dishonorable match.
I forgot Mark Henry versus Ryback at WrestleMania 29.
The one WrestleMania I go to, and 3 of them are... No, but yeah, there are some bad matches. What's your list of the 5 worst WrestleMania matches of all time? We'll leave it in our Facebook group. We'll even put it up on Twitter, and you tell us your list of the 5 worst WrestleMania matches of all time, and we'll even post them on Instagram. And you tell us your list of the 5 worst WrestleMania matches ever.
Do it!
Be very interested to hear what the people say. All right, now it is time.
WrestleMania review.
Very good.
Thank you.
I originally was going to have our Facebook members vote on the matches, but since we don't know how many of them may have been changed,
what matches?
Exactly.
Yeah, what fucking matches? We don't even know what day each match will be in.
I know. So,
welcome to the clusterfuck of the world.
So, before we go into the matches and our picks, there's a couple things that we should mention right away.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you guys know it's 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's going.
I didn't know that.
There's going to be for each night a 1-hour kickoff show.
Yeah.
So at least we don't have like 2 hours.
16 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
What I have heard, it may be true, it may be false, I'm not really sure. Each night is going to be 3 hours long.
Yeah, that's what I have heard as well.
So it's not going.
That's not including the pre-show, by the way.
Right.
So it's just 4 hours with the pre-show.
Of course, our host for this year, the White Tiger from Masked Singer.
Yes, this was why he went out. You know that, right?
Yeah, I did. All right, so there
Promo.
are you ready for this? 16 matches
Mm-hmm.
for WrestleMania. There may...
And if you want to hear me and Luke bet on this, go to that other show I do. Mm-hmm.
I want to know what the bet is. What is the bet?
Oh, the bet is just that the winner gets to pick a topic for the podcast.
Have you decided your topic?
Yes,
What?
and it's not good. No, I'm not going to tell you. It's punishment.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure.
Do top 5 musicals, just to piss off Luke.
We have done that.
Oh, okay. Then do the next top 5. How about that?
No, I'm not going to give in that. I have something in mind.
Okay.
But I tend to not win the wrestling bet, so.
Right. We're not sure if there is a...
But here you will hear my real bets, because on that podcast we choose more or less what the other one doesn't pick. So here you will hear what I actually think.
Okay. So there may or may not be a kickoff match for both nights. That has not been determined yet. We don't even know what matches are going to be on what day. So.
But I have a surprise for you, Bill, and you don't know this because I haven't told you this.
Okay.
But I'm putting $2 on every match that you get right and I get wrong.
Oh boy.
So that means if you get it right, I will owe you $2. If I get it wrong, I will owe you $2.
All right, let me get this right.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a match right, and this is if the matches we disagree on. If I get it right and you get it wrong, you owe me $2.
Yep.
Okay. I'll take that bet.
Cool.
And
every match I get wrong, of course.
Right. Only for the ones that you get wrong and I get right. So.
Right.
And obviously we're not gonna get it for all 16. So.
No, because we're probably going to agree on some.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's begin. We're gonna work our way from the bottom up.
Let's do that.
Thank you. We're gonna start with the Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Kabuki Warriors against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Yeah. This is maybe one of the matches I want to see the most, actually. Not because who they are wrestling, but I like the Kabuki Warriors.
Very entertaining lately.
Yeah. Do I think it's going to be a title change here? No. I'm going to stick with the champions.
This is a tough pick.
It is, yeah.
This is actually one of the harder ones.
Because they have pushed Bliss
and Cross.
Bliss and Cross, yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think the champs are gonna keep the titles.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we had a title change. But I think the Kabuki Warriors are keeping it.
Okay.
Next match, and this is actually one of the better booked matches, I think, to this year's WrestleMania. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, so here's my thinking of this. Because of the spot in the Elimination Chamber, I have a feeling that Otis will win here to end the feud.
This is another tough one, to be honest. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah. Yeah.
If this was held in front of 70,000 people, there's no doubt Otis wins this match.
Yeah.
but because it's
Do they
being held
care?
in front of the smallest crowd in WrestleMania history,
Yeah.
they may want to continue this. So
I
I'm
know.
going to say Dolph Ziggler wins this match.
Ooh, so you need to write that down as a bet then.
All right, let me get this.
That is our our first $2 bet.
But I will say this. I could see it, real quick, before we go to the next match.
Mm.
I could see it where Ziggler wins the match, but Mandy leaves him for Otis.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
So, all right. So that's so
Or the
Otis
other way.
is our first one where I could win $2.
Mm-hmm.
Next match, and I feel good about this match because this is one of those. I'm going to explain this real quick. It's one of those WrestleMania matches that reminds me of when I was a kid, where I was like, "Oh, this match is being put on because, well, it's being put on."
Mm.
There's no backstory really to this match. Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Why isn't this Lashley against Rusev?
I agree.
It makes absolutely no sense. Do you think Rusev will come out? He has absolutely nothing to do.
I know.
I have a feeling. Okay, so this is my feeling. I think this will be a DQ or something like that because Rusev runs in and interferes in it, and it blossoms up again. So I think he will attack Lashley. So that makes the other one win.
Okay, so you're gonna say Lashley wins?
Doesn't it make that sense?
No, if Rusev attacks Lashley, Lashley would win by DQ.
Yeah. So then I'm going with Lashley.
Be prepared to pay up, bud, because I'm going Aleister Black.
I hope you're right.
All right. Actually, WrestleMania. I just got this in. WrestleMania 36 has now become Betamania. All right. Next match: Elias versus King Corbin.
Oh, they really love King Corbin, don't they?
They really do.
They really love King Corbin. That's why I'm going to go with him. There's absolutely no chance Elias gets this.
This is. I've actually played this idea in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a segment on SmackDown last week where Elias got thrown off the tower.
Yeah.
And this is just a thought, folks, because thankfully no spoilers were ever released for WrestleMania. So thank goodness for that. I have this weird feeling Elias will not be able to compete in the match. But they have a substitute. And the substitute is Rob Gronkowski.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. I'm not going on that one. I think that could happen, but I'm not going that route. I don't know. Cause okay, I could see everything what you said for Corbin winning because they do like him. But at the same time,
they love him.
They do. But at the same time, they've got Mojo Rawley, Rob Gronkowski, could do something. I don't. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go Corbin on this one.
Okay.
All right. Next match, the Raw Tag Team titles to be defended. The Street Profits defend against the brand new tag team, of Austin Theory and Angel Garza.
Yeah. This is going to be my first title change of the night.
Really?
No. Fuck no. Of course it isn't.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Mm.
If Andrade was in this match, would the title change have happened? It would?
Probably, yeah,
Okay.
probably. But not now. There's absolutely no reason to take it away from Street Profits.
Yeah.
They just fucking got it!
Yeah, I'm going to go Street Profits as well.
It's like, there's no chance in freaking hell they switched this match. Just because the new tag team.
Right.
There's no chance. Absolutely no chance at all.
Okay. Next match, the SmackDown Tag Team titles to be defended in a ladder match.
This I'm looking for.
The Miz and John Morrison against the New Day and the Usos. But remember, the Miz is sick, so Miz might not compete.
Probably not. Do I think this even will be on the show, though?
I think it has to.
If he's sick, it depends when they filmed it.
Right.
I will let you go first. I need to think.
I think Morrison and Miz are going to keep the titles.
I need a heel to win here as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like it's too many faces in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with you.
Okay.
I'm going to keep.
Okay. Next match. This one I'm actually looking forward to. The Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn defending against Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. This is hard. The thing is, I really don't like when they do hot potato wrestling. I've talked about that before. Hot potato is a game where you throw a potato and...
For those that don't remember.
Yeah. And I don't like that when they do that with titles. But I kind of need Bryan to win her. Ooh, this is hard. He just got it. How he just got it. Will they be so stupid and give it to Bryan again? Yeah, I'm going with the title change here.
So this is your official first title change.
Yeah.
You know, I think
I need Bryan to get the moment at WrestleMania that he deserved. So
I think they need a coward heel champion, and Sami Zayn plays it perfectly. So
I know.
I'm gonna say Sami keeps the title.
Okay.
So that is match number 3. Then our next...
for people that aren't like freaking stupid, if I win, I'm totally going to take away $2 from Bill.
Right.
But he is not going to owe me anything.
Right.
So, but I'm going to take away $2.
Right. So
yes.
for every $2 I get right, I get $2. For every one that I get wrong, you take $2.
Yes, of course.
That's fair. This next match is going to be really good. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Seth.
I'm going KO on this one.
Okay.
I think that promo he cut Monday night was really good. Because it's like, you know, he doesn't have the WrestleMania moment.
Right.
So I'm going to say KO wins it.
Yeah, I think Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins.
All right, next match.
I don't really have an answer why.
Right. Next match for the NXT Women's Title, Rhea Ripley defends against Charlotte Flair. And
welcome to Frog Getting Pissed.
And this, I want to say this real quick. The picture they have for this match, Charlotte Flair looks fugly in the picture on .com, because the one that they have for where you click to go to WrestleMania, she looks fantastic in. This one, which I'm going to send you now, Fro, looks like she's had a lot of plastic surgery.
Well, she had a lot of plastic surgery.
But I mean, this is one in the face.
I am so fucking pissed off of this match existing.
Okay.
And I hate it. I think it's atrociously stupid to have this match. I don't get it, and I get it. They want to push Rhea Ripley, and they are probably going to do it here. But I also hear Luke's voice in the background going,
Never bet against the
never bet against her. The thing is, I understand that she's like, oh, but you never beat me. But this is for the title. And they are damned if they do and damned if they don't. This is a match where if Flair loses, they lose something very important. And if Ripley loses, they will lose even another thing that's super important. So they have to pick between two evils. And I don't understand this match. It's so freaking annoying that I hate this match.
See, that's how I felt about Elias and Corbin about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but this I hate. I don't want this. Because
and by the way,
Flair is going to fucking win. That's my pick.
Oh, and to remind everyone, this is Charlotte's shot from winning the Royal Rumble.
I know! So I'm picking Flair, and I hope I'm wrong. But I'm probably right.
But here's the thing, though. Let me ask you a question. All right. Let's say.
I'm so pissed.
Oh, hold on. Calm down. And this is a legitimate question. Let's say Charlotte does win the title.
Right. Yeah.
Do you really think she's gonna go to NXT every Wednesday?
No.
To defend the title?
No.
That's why Rhea is winning it.
No, that's why she's winning it. They are going to. This is cross promo Brock Lesnar style. I hate this match.
All right, this is 5 matches now.
I hate this match.
I'm gonna say Ripley, but I will say.
I hope you're right. But this is WWE, and they love Flair's record.
They do.
They love it.
They do.
And it is right. She has never won the NXT title. It is the only title she has never held. That's why she's winning.
Bro, she's actually held the title before.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
No, but okay, but let me say this before we go on to the next match. In a way, and I know this is going to sound weird, but let me explain. In a way, this being 2 nights for this match is the best thing that could have happened, and let me tell you why. Because if TakeOver was happening tomorrow, the ladder match happens. And whoever won that match could have told who was going to win this match. Now that the ladder match is going to air on NXT next week, we don't know who's going to win this match.
I know.
All right.
By the way, I saw that picture, and she looks like something That's not Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't look like Charlotte Flair.
But when you go to like the shows section and you see her picture for WrestleMania, she looks 20 times better.
Gosh, that's ugly. Sorry. Okay, come on.
Next match, a fatal 5-way elimination match for the SmackDown Women's Title. Bayley defending against Sasha Banks, Tamina, Lacey Evans, and Naomi.
Yeah. Have you been any more sure of who's going to win this match than I am?
I'd like to hear your pick.
Who do you think is going to win here?
I got a wild guess you're going to say Lacey.
Yeah. I hate it.
Well, Bayley's going to lose the title.
Yes.
Let's say that right off the bat.
Yeah. And there's no way the two other can win. That's the thing.
There's no way Tamina is winning.
No.
So it comes down to Sasha, Naomi, and Lacey.
Yeah.
Naomi, in my
it's not winning it.
Would be the better pick. But she's
I agree.
But she's already had the title.
Yeah. So that makes it Sasha or Lacey.
Right.
And who have they pushed lately?
Lacey.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Fro has actually made me change my pick because I originally had Naomi winning it. I'm going to agree with you. I think Lacey's going to win the title.
There's absolutely no way she's not, because they have pushed her to the rocket. And it's so sad because she can't wrestle.
I mean, she tries. How about with that? She
tries. But she tries as much as I try to hold back when I masturbate, so it's not that much.
Okay. Well, actually, can you and I agree on something? Lacey's a better heel. Lacey's a better heel.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
All right. Next match, the Raw Women's title. Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler.
Okay. I will say now. And this is going to be the most controversial thing I have ever done on this podcast.
Really? Wow, that's something.
I will put $100 on the winner here. If you bet against me. But I'm going with Baszler.
Oh, God.
There's no way they are fucking this up. There's no way they can fuck this up. There's no way. She has to win.
Fro, you're already going to owe me $10.
I have never been so sure in my entire life.
I don't want to take an additional 100 away from you.
and you can't, because it's not going to happen.
Exactly. So I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say Shayna wins.
It has to. It is the most obvious match of WrestleMania. And I hate it.
All right. Actually, that reminds me, when we're done with the card, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
But I'll save it for when we're done with the matches here. Next match, Last Man Standing, Randy Orton versus Edge.
I will tell you who. I will tell you who wins, but first, do I fucking care? No. But Edge, because
doesn't it have to be at this point? I think.
Yeah.
I think it has to be Edge.
I mean, it's his comeback.
All right. Next match, John Cena versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. This could be a Firefly Funhouse match.
You remember when I said it is the most controversial thing ever? No, but I'm
$100.
no, I'm not. I'm not. But I'm 100% sure that the Fiend will win this.
Oh my God, he has to. He has to.
There's no way they are stupid enough to let Cena win.
If he loses to Cena, the character's dead. It's dead. Right now, it's on life support because of what happened at Super Showdown. If he loses this match, the Fiend character is dead. Dead,
I
dead,
couldn't
dead.
agree more.
Someday will be dead.
Yep. But I'm almost as sure on this match as I am on basically winning. So.
All right, next match. The Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a Boneyard match.
Yeah, this is going to be either very, 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 very good match or either very, very bad match. But whoever, if it's going to be bad or good, I want and I hope Styles will win. It has to be. Please. Stop it.
Until this past Monday night, I was thinking there may be a chance AJ wins. There's a chance. But then Undertaker cuts the promo and he talks about an unholy alliance, triad, whatever. I think Undertaker wins this.
With the help of Kane. Yeah, I also was thinking that.
Or maybe, just for shits and giggles, Michelle McCool gets involved in the match. And the Tigers that they do the PSA for will come into the match. And the
Tigers from Tiger King will come.
I'm going to watch that real soon.
Oh,
I have it on my queue on Netflix.
Oh, so good.
Okay, so... Now.
So we don't agree here.
No.
Oh, cool.
Surprisingly. Okay. Originally, this next match was going to be Goldberg versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Because Roman Reigns pulled out for health reasons, and we both applaud him. He does not have to apologize for pulling out, and anyone who disagrees with that can kiss my ass. It is now
you should never be sorry for pulling out of anything.
When you have a weak immune system for something that could kill you?
That's not what I meant, but okay, let's go with it.
Anyway, it is now Goldberg versus Braun Strowman for the Universal title.
Oh, so that is
the match.
Yeah. That is the match.
They haven't confirmed it on .com, but it's pretty common knowledge.
It says to be announced. I was going to say whoever it is, Goldberg is going to lose, so I don't really care.
Really? You think Goldberg is going to hold the belt?
No, it's going to lose.
Oh, it's going to lose. Okay, I misheard you.
Yeah.
Until a week ago, Roman Reigns made one of the smartest decisions he's ever made. I would have bet $1,000 Roman Reigns would have won that match.
Oh, me too.
But Braun Strowman is someone that we've watched since he first came up to WWE. What, about 5 years ago now? Or close to it? He has become one of the most popular over wrestlers that WWE has. And yeah, he made a comment a few weeks ago about the independent wrestlers should find new jobs, and I disagree with that. But that's his prerogative. That's his 2 cents. Until he won the Intercontinental title 2 months ago, there was no one in WWE who deserved a title more than Braun Strowman for what he has done.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
If they don't put the belt on Braun and have Goldberg keep it, and it's nothing against Goldberg. It's nothing against him. Then what the hell are you doing with this title? Braun Strowman has to win this match. And if he doesn't, they're never going to pull the trigger. They're never going to pull the trigger on him.
I agree.
And then there is one. The main event of WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre.
Drew.
All right, let me ask you this. If they don't go with Drew for this match, is it going to be because there's no audience to see it, like in the building? Because there's that possibility. But but I think this is Drew's moment.
It has to be.
It has to.
They pushed him in the wrong way and things like that.
I mean, you talk about a comeback story. Because when he first started, he was, he's the chosen one. He's, going to be the future. And it never worked out. And he gets released.
Yeah.
He goes to the Indies. He, for so many years. And then he comes back. He goes to NXT. And then he comes back to WWE. I mean, this is the picture perfect ending to the comeback of Drew McIntyre. It has to be winning.
It is the redemption story of Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
And if they
I couldn't agree more.
If they don't do it, I'm going to be very surprised.
Me too.
All right. So, for the record,
tell the listeners, yes,
we have 6 matches out of 16 that we disagree on.
that's less than I thought.
Almost half. How many did you think?
I thought it would be up 8 or around there.
So we were close. So Bill has a chance to walk out of WrestleMania weekend with $12 maximum. But also has the chance to leave with nothing.
That's what's making it interesting when you put things on the line.
Okay. All right, now let me ask you this. Now that we've gone through all of our picks.
Sure.
Because it is 2 nights. I think we all know what's going to main event Sunday night.
Yes.
What's going to be the main event of the first night? Because I have 3 ideas in my head.
Yeah, I think a women's match. That makes most sense. Which of the women match? Basically against Becky.
All right, because that was
I'm going to go. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Yeah.
Because that was one of the 3 that I had in my mind, actually.
Right. I think to keep the women revolution thing going, they will end with that.
Okay, for the first night.
Right.
Okay. I have 3 ideas in my head. It'll be the match you just mentioned. It could be Edge versus Orton, or it could be Goldberg and Strowman.
It could, yeah.
One of those 3 will be the main event match for the first night of WrestleMania.
I agree.
But then, and I'm just asking this out of asking, would you count, for, historical purposes, the main event of the first night of WrestleMania as a main event, in WrestleMania history, or would you be like, well, it's the second night? That's another thing to bring up.
Probably not.
Yeah. You know what'll be interesting when this is all over is because this was not by, this decision to do 2 nights was basically forced upon them. This wasn't like New Japan, where New Japan had this a year in advance. I'm going to be very interested to see which of the two the fans prefer. Do they prefer Wrestle Kingdom nights 1 and 2 or WrestleMania nights 1 and 2? That's going to be a very interesting discussion for another day. And we will leave that on a cliffhanger. How about that?
Yeah.
So, let's get to our plugs, and then we'll tell you what we got in store next week and the podcast you guys should listen to. If you have any questions or comments, send an email. WrestlingMan@thatwrestlingshow.com. Follow the show on Twitter @WrestlingShow11. Follow the show on Instagram. We're actually getting a lot of followers on Instagram, and I thank you very much for those that are following. It is Instagram.com/thatwrestlingshow, or just type in That Wrestling Show. Follow us, you're right there. Join the Facebook group. Type in That Wrestling Show fan group. You are right there. Just add yourself to the group, and you're on. If you can't find it, it's okay. I post the link in the description box of each and every episode. Just copy and paste. Go to the website, thatwrestlingshow.com. I am putting news up. I know there's not a lot of news, but there is news currently being put up there, so check it out. And as Fro mentioned earlier, check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/thatwrestlingshow. And if you like it, you can pledge money. And if you do pledge, you will become a member of the Founders Club.
Good!
Fro, I know you probably talked about this, but what else did you guys discuss on Another Digital Citizen this week?
Well, we had the main topic, our WrestleMania picks, funny enough. But we talked a lot about the news, TV shows, and movies. Look it up. It was a fun episode to do. We're climbing up, and it was, of course, an episode on the 1st of April. So check out the intro at least. It's very funny. Oh boy.
Yeah. All right, let's plug podcasts that you guys should listen. Check out Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn. They go through the world of retro wrestling each and every Monday as only they can. And Fro, I gotta say, these are two of the nicest guys I think going today, because they have gone above and beyond what they usually do, because they have put out this week not 1, not 2, but 3 different contents for everyone to listen to. They did, and this is all within the last week, a live review of Saturday night's main event from October 1989. It's a very good listen. Then they reviewed the hit 1990 movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
That's a good movie. And for you retro fans, they did a special episode called Acid Washed Memories, where they talked about TGIF. So that is Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast. And if you like your podcasts hosted by one individual... Oh, go ahead.
Welcome to Allentown.
Yes, it is Greetings from Allentown with PW Peter Winston. He watches one episode of professional wrestling in his own unique way. Now, this week, he has gone above and beyond the call of duty. He's put out 4 different contents. He has put out a quote-unquote live edition of Greetings from Allentown, as he and a couple of his friends watch an episode of Wrestling Challenge from 1986. Then he joins a special episode of the Adams Division podcast where they create their dream WrestleMania card using matches from the first 14 WrestleManias. Then he does an episode of From Television City where he reviews, and I've heard of the show, but I've never heard of this episode, Small Wonder. Have you ever heard of this show, Fro?
No.
Okay.
No.
It is an 80s TV show about a family that gets a girl robot.
Oh, cool.
And he reviews an episode entitled Wally the Wimp with guest star Jesse the Body Ventura. I've never heard this episode, so check it out. From Television City. And finally, the main show, Greetings from Allentown. He reviews an episode of Sunday Night Heat, the WrestleMania 17 pre-show. So check that out. Greetings from Allentown.
I don't think I've ever seen the pre-show.
There's one match for that episode of Heat, and it's live, so I think it's
Live!
If I remember right, it's X Factor against Steve Blackman and Grandmaster Sexay. That's the pre-show match.
Ugh, that doesn't sound good at all.
So check out Greetings from Allentown. Non-wrestling podcast. Check out Unspoken with Paul and Amy. They watch each movie on AFI's list of the 100 greatest movies of all time, the 2007 edition. This week,
I don't think you should. It's a bad podcast. No, just I love that podcast.
This week, they discuss Sullivan's Travels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say something. I did not like the movie.
Me neither.
Never got why it was that good. So check it out anyway, Unspooled.
Yeah.
Also, check out Last Stop Penn Station with Kerry Silken, the ambassador of Ring of Honor, and Ian Riccaboni. This week, it is a special bonus episode where Kerry talks about his time at Empire Industries. He actually had a real job at one point, folks. So check out Last Stop Penn Station. And check out Sharks Pond, a South Park podcast where I watch and review each and every South Park episode. This week, I discuss an episode that I actually ended up falling in love with. Wing.
Oh, I don't like that episode.
I think after you hear the backstory...
I know the backstory. It is cute. I understand it, but it's...
So check out all of those podcasts. So next week, we are going to discuss everything post-WrestleMania. We're going to review the two nights. Plus, any wrestling news that comes up. Maybe, you know what, maybe we'll talk about that article about the top 25 under 25 next week.
Maybe.
And we'll talk about The Masked Singer as well. Before we go, I just want to say this is a very odd weekend coming up. We as wrestling fans have never experienced this before. And we might never experience this again.
Hopefully.
But folks, this is our weekend. This is our time. This is our Super Bowl. This is our Academy Awards. This is all year what we've watched and, loved and hated all the way up to. And yeah, it's not going to be a traditional WrestleMania, but we could still embrace it. This is going to be one that we're going to remember for a long, long time for the uniqueness. And while we might not have friends come over to our houses to watch the show, we can still come together and we can still enjoy WrestleMania. So,
come together.
There you go.
Right now, over me.
So, please enjoy WrestleMania weekend with whoever, your friends, your loved ones, your enemies, whoever. Enjoy what will be the most unique WrestleMania we will ever witness in our lifetime, and come back next week for the post-WrestleMania show right here on That Wrestling Show, the podcast where all pro wrestling matters, and enjoy WrestleMania weekend.